Rajesh Baheti now joins in. Good afternoon, Rajesh. What do you make of the earnings coming in from Lupin? 410 crores versus estimates of 560. Any explanation? Big earnings cut are likely to come in?
No, I think this must be a one-off. I think people got rather excited on the pharma front far too early. I think Lupin has done a good job in the last few years, and maybe some foreign exchange fluctuations have cost them something. I have not looked at the results in detail, so I won't be able to comment too much about it, but I don't think it's going to be that important in the longer stream of things. So it's just a disappointment, yes, and largely I think the results are likely to be disappointing, but I think a lot of disappointment in terms of expectation is already built into the market. So I would not even go short things just because some of the results are disappointing. So it's somewhere in between the market right now.
Rajesh, you heard the management of Dish TV. Anything as far as the F&O space and anything that you can pick up on Dish TV in terms of F&O activity?
Dish TV has been a solid performer in the last 6 to 8 months, ever since they turned the corner, and they enjoy a very high operating leverage, because businesses like these have a long gestation but have a very, very high profitability in terms of the EBITDA to sales, and which is what is now coming evident in Dish TV. 34%, as you discussed, is a very, very healthy number, and the management is confident that going forward they will be able to keep it at 30% plus. And now with much of the market building activity over, is just a question of adding new subscribers. I don't think ARPUs will go up too much, because at the end of the day, people are not amenable to paying too much for watching more channels. I think everybody watches about 40-50 channels at best, and 200 or thereabouts is what you end up paying. So the growth has to come from digitization, has to come from expansion of the market, and that's likely to happen in a 10 to 15% growth, and the stock will be a very, very stable performer. So in terms of F&O, obviously doing some kind of covered call strategy in Dish TV is going to give you decent results because I don't think it's going to tank. At the same time, I think once the stability is achieved, growing at 30-40% is also going to be difficult. So it's going to be a stable FMCG kind of a performer from here on.
Right. Did you look at the numbers from Axis Bank? The name is absolutely flat, no major change. Apart from numbers, a very heavy trading bet. Anything you can pick up on the F&O, the volumes that we've seen so far?
No, I have not, unfortunately, not looked at Axis Bank numbers. With expiry looming on Thursday, I've been more busy with the Nifty. So I've not really looked at the numbers, but from what you say, must be on expected lines. I think nothing much was happening. None of the banks, in fact, have reacted too much to the numbers, except for Federal Bank and DCB because of their own reasons. I think the larger banks are largely going to be stable and not do too much to the market. So market's in a zone where I think it's likely to spend a lot of time around these areas before it decides to decisively move to the next level, that is getting closer back to 9,000. I think there's some way to go in terms of time before we make the next push.
Right. How would you look at the expiry? What is the expiry level that you're looking at? Any strategy for the next 2.5 days?
It's really difficult to make a strategy for 2.5 days. But yes, if you want some kind of a lottery trade, then maybe you could look at just buying the 8400 call, which is as good as close to nothing right now. But if the markets, let's say, were to go up, rally up 100 points tomorrow, then you could triple or quadruple your money. At the same time, it could be close to zero if nothing happens. So any of the strategies for 2 days are largely going to be like buying a lottery ticket. At the same time, we want to play for continuation of the little down move that we've seen since yesterday. You could do a 8200, 8100 spread, which again is likely to 10 to 0 should the markets move up tomorrow. So it's going to be a binary trade from here on if you're going to play for only 2 days.
Rajesh, thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. Always a pleasure talking to you.